the Root Rider Nerf, I wanted to bring you this strategy with the Hydra and the cloned loons so you can see how we take down every single style of bases quite easily with this method of spamming. So let's dive in and see this video. Okay, first off, I wanted to show you the exact method that you usually use on every style of base. So rocket loons are one of the air defenses that you can take down, and now with that giant arrow and the healer puppet, we're managing to get through that core a lot easier, and if we didn't have it, it would be so much harder. Now this is a war attack and it's my tournament, so this is my main account. I was having these abilities a lot better leveled up, but in future when we are doing the legends hits, you're gonna see how I'm switching around. Now the clone spell is all the way in the core, but look at this tornado, it's gonna pull us back. But don't worry, even if we land earlier, the clone will still give you all the value if you put it properly. And now one rage spell on around the CC surrounding, so we can get the CC and also that entire side down. And once the CC is down, this is where you can now start thinking where to deploy the Royal Champion. But honestly, on this attack, I didn't actually need the RC, but because this was a tournament, I had to drop her for the time management and the time issues that could be a factor in future if it's a 15-star perfect war. So RC and a rocket loon just on the top side, and you can see how we divided these stuff. Whenever you see the clan castle building, try to go opposite side with it with your Sui, and the rocket loon choice for that first air defense will be in around the area where your Sui doesn't go. So let's move on to Legends League and see what happens. Okay, I brought you a base right here where, yes, you can see the town hall. It doesn't give you any clone loon value, but don't worry, I'm here to tell you what to do on these bases. What you want to do first is exactly that rocket loon takedown for one of the air defense, and now I want to make that cannon go away so I can send one dragon rider to activate this invisibility tower. You can always do that, but don't worry, we're gonna do this a lot more. Now queen on the lower side, we're gonna have loons, dragons, dragon rider, warden, and then of course that blimp going for the town hall. But we do have an inferno dragon to funnel a bit on the right hand side. I started from this side to take down the CC as soon as possible, king to tank for the expo, and I'm not even gonna rage up these loons in the core because there is no necessity. Now on the top side, I'm gonna rage the RC. This is the area where the invisibility was down, and now you can see you can use this clone spell. When the invisibility is going off, use the clone, so the new coming dragons and loons will target that area, unless you have a perfect timing. But still, the back end, look at it, we got the King's Gauntlet. Now guys, one thing I can tell you with the gauntlet and basically that spiky ball is that you can use the spiky ball in attacks like this because it will bounce through a lot of defenses. So if you have it upgraded, don't kind of get scared of not using it. Use it, give it a go and see how it goes. Now I have the queen with the frozen arrow in Legends League on today's video, just because of course, as I mentioned, I don't really have the equipments like the healer puppet and the giant arrow upgraded. Even though the giant arrow doesn't really need any levels, you can just have it in case you go ahead and actually jump into some double invisibility bases, which I will get to right after this attack, even though the attack is coming quite close to the end. But the base was toxic. The base was kind of around this strategy. You couldn't get that clone value on the town hall. Everything was separated with the double invisibility, and I went there without the arrow. So let's move on to the double invisibility in the core. Okay, double invisibility in the core, and I'm already looking at the CC, right? I want to send the queen in a way so she never pulls the CC, and of course you can see the top left air defense. That's where I'm gonna drop one loon, and then of course that's rocket loons. But first, let's get this queen straight. Exactly 6 o'clock, activating that core, double zap 4 with the sweeper that I want to do my dragons on the opposite side. And now you can see with the healers, I would have a lot better time with my queen, of course, on the lower side. So this attack gonna show you why you need the healers. But now we're gonna go ahead with that warden ability. That expo locked onto my queen, unfortunately, but now I'm focusing on the clone. Cloning the entire core. Again, the tornado catches us, but we're gonna be fine. Don't worry, only one loon needs to get cloned on your second clone spell, and then you're gonna have that CC down if it's in the core. So look at the damage, and the moment the CC is down, as I said, you can now learn and see which side to drop the RC. I'm gonna go with the freeze on the top side to take it out. Now I'm looking at my lower side, troops raging wherever I have more dragons so they can get through an entire area. RC to help the king on the other side of these walls, because king will never walk in, that's why we don't have a wall break for him. So we got a freeze and we got a bit of cleanup, which you can start to use at this around this time. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. RC, make sure you pop her ability in an area where the scatter shots doesn't target the hogs. It's important. Or when you're in front of the ricochet cannon, pop that ability so the ricochet cannon doesn't shred the fox. That's important, guys. Some people wait so long on the RC ability when they're in front of the ricochet cannon, but the moment she goes visible, you need to pop her ability, because look, we still have the fox alive. This is a difference between finishing the base just like this in style or really struggling it at the end, but the fox being alive help out a lot, especially with that RC. So you can see already a little tip for you right there. But imagine the ball with the king here, he would have cleared the base maybe 10 seconds earlier. So that's how the difference can be with the giant gauntlet, and the difference of course with the ball. So make sure you use the ball if you want to give it a try. It does work quite well, as the king is usually on the outside of the base. Now we are on this base, which it does look a bit weird, and I'm not even gonna lie, I was on my phone when I was planning on this, so I didn't actually notice. Hold on, I need to plan. Okay, so the planning was a bit late, especially on these style of bases that are so annoying. Now as you can see, the town hall, there's only one place to clone the loons basically, and it's to the monolith, but you need to clone a lot further to get more value. And this base I wanted to bring it because, well, you can't really do proper rocket loon takedown, or you can't do proper funnel with the Inferno Dragon. You need to YOLO the dragons, and this is why I wanted to bring it, because it looks so easy. I just spam everything in and go with the Warden ability super early, queen on the lower side with the king. We're gonna dive in. I did zap one of the sweepers, and now look at this clone. I'm gonna rage in front of the CC, double clone to the left, rage to the left, and look at these loons. They're gonna demolish this entire left hand side, and now the base is what we call naked. It's literally no defense that can stop the rest of these dragons, and especially when you take down the CC later on with your royal champion coming to the basically base as well. So this is where the queen ability, I didn't have the healers nor that kind of anything else. I just had the giant arrow, which is gonna die out. So the queen is unfortunate on every single one of these attacks, and we still crushing the bases. This is the difference. Now I'm sending the RC where the queen couldn't go, so you can kind of see why I'm choosing my RC drops, right? Sometimes for time you can drop in the middle to get the base quicker, sometimes you can drop in an area where the queen cannot reach, and sometimes you can help support the king over the wall. Simple as that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this strategy and the way I explained all of these little details that you can get better in such dragon spam attacks, especially in the time where Root Rider is currently nerfed. So hopefully we'll see you soon on the next video. Take care and peace.